live. I'm disconnecting from Skype now. Count to 10, then go live.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, hello everyone. It's Susie, aka Crypto Granny. I hope you're all well. I hope you're looking after yourself, being kind to yourself, being kind to your beautiful parents, your beautiful family, being kind to your good friends, your beautiful animals, your beautiful putty cats, whatever animal you have, and just being kind to people in this world just to make it a better world and a better place. Now, just for some administration, guys, and thank you very much for joining me, Jordan, Stan, Keys, Lizzie, thank you very much. Thank you, Net Nerd, really appreciate it. Michael and Hi Yon Fishing, very much appreciated. Just a few people I'd like that gave me some inspiration to do this live tube was Simon, Senrub, CKJ Crypto, love CJ Crypto News. He's always supported me, even like 2 or 3 years ago. He's had me on his show quite a lot, and I really appreciate it, CJ. Great guy, great friend. And I want to also thank Erok. Erok gave me a lot of inspiration to do live. I always didn't want to do live. Now, just a bit of administration before we hit this. We've got a Cobol wallet giveaway. It's a great story with Cobol. We've got official 3 wallets from Cobol wallet, which is fantastic. Honestly, these wallets are 149 US. They're absolutely fabulous, right? And we're going to give those away next Friday. So all we want is just a really, really nice comment on our on our YouTube comments, and you're going to get 3 giveaway Cobol wallets, okay, which is a great story, right? So that's what we're going to do next week. Also, if we're feeling generous, we might also give away some XRP as well, okay? So hi Jerry, hi Willie Washington, great name, man. King of Fun, thank you very much. Jason Carson, I hope you can see this, because maybe I don't have enough computer grunt. I'm not particularly sure. G'day Vlad. So today we're going to talk about things Ripple and XRP, but we're also going to talk about the rest of the market, the rest of the crypto market as well. What's going on with the cryptocurrency market? What's going on with fiat markets as well? There's always so much to cover in cryptocurrency markets, okay? Now, the big issue over the week and last month particularly was Ethereum and the fees that Ethereum was paying, okay, for its for anyone to process the transactions on Ethereum, okay, whether it be DeFi, whether it be anything, whether it be Ethereum itself. Now, we've got CZ coming out on Binance and saying, Ethereum is causing a fortune. It's basically causing so much money in terms of just withdrawing fees that pretty much it's costing something like $10 to $20 just to withdraw Ethereum from, g'day Broderick, how are you, man? From Ethereum's platform and from, the exchanges, Binance particularly. And so it's just not economical, right? Now, last month we had pretty much the Ethereum miners make $113 million, right? Ethereum miners, that's how much money they made. On one day, the start of September, these guys made 17 million. Now, the thing is, why is it a big deal? And I'll tell you why it's a big deal, because you're actually paying for those transaction costs, right? In terms of Ethereum's proof of work, okay, with the gas fees. And as the system gets higher and higher and busier and more transactions are going through, you're actually paying more and more money for it. And the system is slowing down more and more. Okay, now, the Talek Butterum says, don't worry about it. It's not a big concern. Well, it is, because the thing is, if you're spending that much money doing a transaction on Ethereum and it's costing you a fortune, the system is not efficient. It's an energy drain, just like Bitcoin. It causes more and more people, right, to spend more and more money. And these miners are making a fortune, okay? Like an absolute fortune, right? So, not only that, with Ethereum, we've had malicious attacks. We've basically had Ethereum Classic itself had malicious attacks. Ethereum Classic, the coin should have been on its knees. And what does the cryptocurrency market do? It basically takes the coin up in terms of price before we saw a sell-off of the whole market, okay? So it doesn't make a lot of sense. And certainly with Ethereum Classic, when we saw the story with Ethereum Classic, right, we actually thought, right, with Ethereum Classic, it was going to be delisted. And even OKEx spoke about Ethereum Classic being delisted because it had 3 malicious attacks, right? 3 malicious attacks, they actually got delisted, right? And that is not a great story at all, okay? So, being delisted on an exchange means that there's going to be no transparency or pricing in the coin, and it's going to reduce the liquidity of the coin, okay? And that's not a great story at all. So Ethereum in itself runs the risk of being delisted on some of the exchanges, Ethereum Classic particularly, because if there's another malicious attack, Ethereum could easily be delisted, okay? How's the audio, guys? Can you hear the audio okay? I don't think we're picking up everything that we're supposed to pick up here. I'm not sure, but the settings are, I think my computer, I might need a bigger computer because it's taking a lot of grunt at the moment. Did you see? Yeah, I did, John, for sure. This computer seems to be taking a lot of grunt. I'm in Amsterdam, man. I love Amsterdam. It's such a cool place. So I don't know. Maybe I need to get a better computer than this one. Fair income. You're running at a 0.2 frames per second. Oh, is that why? So what does that mean? I have to run at something faster. So does that make a difference? Oh, look, this is all a work in progress, guys. So guys and girls. So, but look, we can talk about markets and everything else, and we'll get this down pat. Being a newbie to this live story. Oh, thanks, Egyptian Magician. I really appreciate that. Oh man, that's really nice. $4.09. That's super. I really appreciate it, man. Would you like to ask me a question? The audio is cool. Great stuff. I mean, you can ask me a question. We can talk about the liquidity of XRP. Now, there's a story going on out there about the liquidity of XRP with Brad Garlinghouse. And what Brad Garlinghouse was talking about is extremely large deals that have to be priced up of XRP in exchanges all over the world, right? Now, Ripple has a treasury, and generally when you have a big treasury like Ripple, okay, which makes markets in XRP, you also need to have a dealer panel, right? So if you're a big treasury or a central funding authority or a state funding authority, you need to have a dealer panel that can make markets in XRP, okay? Can make markets in XRP and can also make big markets, over-the-counter markets in XRP. And that's what Brad Garlinghouse was talking about. He wasn't saying that XRP itself is not liquid. He was saying when we have so much demand and we need to do really massive deals, right? And we might be in some little exchange in Mexico or something. We need price makers, no different to price making government bonds, central government bonds, corporate paper. There are dealer panels in fixed interest in the bond market that make prices for over-the-counter deals that are very large. Same in the equity market with fund managers, okay? And that's what Brad Garlinghouse was talking about, okay? There's so much misunderstanding about Ripple and XRP, which is the best, literally the best coin in the market in terms of instant cash payments for everyone all over the world, okay? All over the world, right? Now, the thing is, right, there's 5,500 cryptocurrencies, okay? And there's about regionally 9,000 exchanges. And there are so many scams in the market. And of those 5,500 cryptocurrencies, there's dead coins, there's scams, the cryptos themselves, the technology doesn't work. There was a DeFi that went to the market. The technology wasn't even audited and it didn't work. And yet people buy these coins, right? Which is just outrageous. Oh my, thank you so much, Liz. I really appreciate that. That's really nice. Thank you very much for your donation. And oh my God, it's in euro. Wow, that's amazing. Thank you very much. Would you like to ask a question? Because the thing is, right, why doesn't everyone focus on the scams out there, the technology that doesn't work, the hacks that have been out there, right? No, everyone just wants to focus on Ripple and XRP that works, right? And it's not even priced properly, okay? The target price of XRP should be much higher than this. But like typical of the cryptocurrency market, if we go back to ETC, Ethereum Classic, that had three hacks, right, in August, where OKEx, one of the largest crypto exchanges that trade Ethereum Classic, lost $5.6 million, and they support Ethereum Classic in the past. They actually said, we cannot support Ethereum Classic anymore because we lost $5.6 million, right? Now, you know what the cryptocurrency market does? It actually went up. They didn't listen to the fundamentals. They actually priced Ethereum Classic going up before we had this sell-off with all crypto markets, right? Now, that is a joke. And yet every newspaper out there, every Bitcoin maximalist, anyone that wants to say negative to get their name in the headlights, they just, criticize Ripple and XRP, and it's total FUD because they have no understanding of the technology. And you know what? It's easy for them to do that because they just copy everyone else. And, I might have my different opinions about President Trump, President Trump. But the reality is this is false media and it's wrong, man. The technology works. And then someone says, oh, it's a scam. It's not a scam. Ripple had 350 networks of clients, not just clients. They have clients of clients. Bank of Thailand has 16 million clients. They're all Ripple's clients. One client. Ripple have networks of clients, okay? PNC has 8 million clients. Bank of America, which is the largest bank in America, has Ripple and is using Ripple's technology, right? If Ripple was a scam and the technology was a scam, Ripple would be sued from here to wherever, right? And then you have these Bitcoin maximalists. Give me a break, man. The other day I had a client that was transferring $30 in Bitcoin. And you know what Bitcoin charged them because of the fees and because of the slow of the system, proof of work, which is so slow. The miners charging what they want as the system gets busier and busier. They charged this client $6 out of $30. Now work it out, right? 6 over 30. That's 500 basis points. That's 5%. And that's not even talking about your credit charges or whatever else it might be, or your withdrawal charges from the exchange, right? And then you don't even know, right? When it's going to settle. Bitcoin is not for payments all over the world. It just doesn't work, okay? It doesn't work. And anyone that says it does is just, I don't know what place they're coming from on this. Are they coming from the earth? Because seriously, everyone has a cash flow problem. You send money to the bank, you don't get it. You go on PayPal rips you off. My sister-in-law doesn't get money until 5 days, and you get charged massive amounts of money, right? Anyway, Stack and Zerps, really appreciate your $5, man. Really appreciate it. And thank you, man. I really appreciate it. And can we speak on where the crypto market is going price-wise? Man, up. As far as I'm concerned, this market, right now, is a buy, a big one, okay? You know what? All the technicals are saying Bitcoin's going to go to 8,900, it's going to be disaster. Man, this market is only starting. It's only starting, right? We are in a bull market. When you look at the professionals coming into this market, when you look at less than 1% of the world population, and most of them come out of America, God bless their soul, invest in cryptocurrency, this market hasn't even begun yet, okay? Hasn't even begun yet. I'm a buyer of Bitcoin anywhere near $10,000. I'm a buyer of XRP, 23 cents, even 30 down to 15. I don't believe it'll get below that. Hey, man, Jason, thank you so much for $19.99. I really appreciate it, man. Thank you from the bottom of my heart, man. Thank you. You know, I'm a buyer of VeChain at 0.015. I'm a buyer of Tron at 3 cents, man. Tron, whether you like Justin Sun or not, Tron had the goods. You know, they have the goods. They're on Ethereum's platform, proof of work. And you know what? They weren't on that platform for very long because Justin Sun said it was it was full of problems, smart contract problems, you name it. People have lost their money, multiple signatory problems. People have lost their money, you know, all sorts of things. And they went to proof of stake, right? Ethereum's trying to go to proof of stake. It hasn't even done that yet, right? And now it runs the risk of losing any more money because the DeFis are now getting out. You know, the DeFi market is obscene, right? Absolutely obscene. Now, I hope this works, guys, because at the moment it wasn't working, right? Am I getting what I wanted to see here? Oh, no, it's gone to that one. Okay, that's cool. I have to bring this over to there. I don't know why it did that. It's just suddenly changed. Yeah, you can't even see that. That's strange. Yeah, weird. Okay, you'll just have to take my word for it, okay? That's very weird. I don't know why it did that. But anyway, look. Let's just go back to the crypto market. And if we look at the crypto market, and you just have to take my word for it because we're still just setting up technology-wise and everything else. You know, if you look at the crypto market, right, Bitcoin currently is at 10,229, right? That's a buy. You know, I don't like Ethereum. I would rather buy Tron over Ethereum. Ethereum's at 352. You know, I don't like Ethereum. They have so much problem with their technology. It is not funny, right? Now, the crypto sector performance at the moment, 61% is in education, identity and verification, 16%, decentralized exchanges, 10, marketplace, 9, artificial intelligence, whatever, right? You know, XRP is cheap as cheap as cheap. As everything else becomes more expensive, XRP becomes cheaper and cheaper, okay? Binance is cheap here at $22. What Binance is doing is incredible things, right? Incredible things. I got to tell you that, right? Oh, John Dow, what do you think about the DeFi debacle? I think DeFi will be very big in the future, but right now, man, look, you know what, John? I have to say this. 18 months ago, the DeFi market was valued at 513 million, okay? You know where it got to? I don't even need to look at figures because I know all this stuff, right? It got to 9 billion. And most of those DeFi's, decentralized finance, had no clients, no nothing, okay? Some of the technology didn't even work, right? Give me a break, man. You know, and now it's currently at 7.7 billion, you know, and it's still over the top and overpriced. People, because it's the Wild West in crypto land, buy, you know, what can I say, garbology coins and tokens. You know, like I said, 97% of this market is a scam. It's a scam, man. You know, and people need to understand what they're looking at and learn because, you know, when the pros come in and they're coming in and they're coming in more and more, and I watch everything on Slack, you know, I got databases everywhere and I read everything and I watch everything and I analyze everything. When those pros come in, you're not going to be able to manipulate the market like you normally do, right? With small, you know, coins that have, you know, on issue 30,000, just like the, you know, small caps in the equity market. You know, it's going to be very, very monitored, you know, with regulation. And if they believe there's insider trading, you're going to go to jail. That's a fact, right? You know, the DeFi market is a joke, you know, and I'll give you another example of this. You know, with Sologenic. You know, Sologenic on Ripple's technology is a joke. You know, if you read the white paper of Sologenic, it is a joke, okay? It's a joke. It's garbology. And I'll tell you why it's garbology if anyone really knows markets the way I do. They're talking about showing markets between equity markets, crypto markets, and fixed interest markets on the weekend, right? Now, equity markets, I've got news for you. Equity markets are not open on the weekend. Either is fixed interest, either is foreign exchange. So how can Sologenic show markets to people on the weekend? Think about it. But you know where they price Sologenic compared to XRP? 82 cents. And it's garbage. And yet they're using Ripple's technology. This is how stupid people are, man. This is how stupid people are. You know, Ripple is incredible, right? You know, they're now going to smart contracts. They can do IPOs. You know, they can set up YouTube. They can do anything. But there's all this negativity and FUD out there about Ripple. And like I said, if anyone's got any smarts, why don't they focus on the 4,000 scams out there like I do? Or the, you know, the 3,500, 4,500 where the technology doesn't work. Or you read the white paper that doesn't get audited and it's absolute garbage, garbology, you know? And I have a lot of clients and I want my clients to make money, not lose money, man. But you know what? No one will pay me in this market for good advice, you know? All I get is treated badly by everyone, you know? Because I know my stuff, man. I've been in markets for a long time. And yeah, then I won't say I'll be kind, then some person who's an ageist called me a crypto granny. Well, that's where I got my name from, because you know what? I'm happy to be a crypto granny. I've got bells and whistles on, man. I love being born in the 60s, man. I grew up in the 70s. The music was fantastic, man. You know, I'm happy to be, you know, a crypto granny because, you know what, I've been in markets for nearly 40 years, you know. Thanks, Gio, for subscribing. I really appreciate it, man. But you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, these people just don't know anything and they don't analyze anything and they're telling people the wrong thing. And that's why I started doing YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't tell people the wrong thing. You've got to have, you know, evidence, experience, knowledge. You know what I'm saying? You just can't, because people, this is real money that people, you know, work for, and they're going to lose their money. You know, and when it starts being the Wild West, people are going to start looking at fundamentals and technicals together. The technology for crypto doesn't work. That's fundamentally flawed. You know, like I said, if you have a coin like Ethereum Classic where it has 3 hacks in a month, that means the technology doesn't work. That means whether you have your, you know, coins on a ledger or a tracer or whatever, you're going to get zapped. Okay? You're going to get zapped because they can actually get into the, you know, they can actually get into the blockchain and change everything, right? So, well, you know, that's very interesting because Binance, I think is an amazing story. Binance, basically, CZ started work, you know, years ago. CZ was working for Bloomberg. And this fellow, I got to take my hat off to this guy, fair income. I mean, this guy is amazing. He has established a business. Binance is a cash cow company. Now, Coinbase have 36 million clients. 36 million clients. Let's just think about that. And think about the revenue Coinbase are getting, right? 2 years ago, Coinbase had 9 million clients, right? You know, Binance would have more than that. And, oh, wow, Eric, I love you too, man. Thank you for joining. I really appreciate it. Eric, I said, you know, you've given me so much inspiration, man. Seriously, and I really like that. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that, Eric. Eric is just a super guy. He gave me, like, out of the blue, I didn't even know him. He was so generous and so kind and helped me try to, you know, work out how the Americans do stuff. And because I'm an Australian, I don't know. And it's only taken me 3 years to get on live YouTube, but I'm actually enjoying myself. But, you know, I mean, you just have to know how to do all this technology stuff. And I don't know how to do this. And I have Simon helping me with that, which is really cool. But, what was I saying? Yeah, the Binance story, right? Now, Binance is an incredible story. He's going global everywhere. He's going into education. He's got his BNB coin. That is the buy of a century, right? Binance coins are $23. Every quarter when they make heaps of money, they burn a quarter of the coin, right? I mean, that thing's going to go up and up and up. If they go to IPO like Coinbase, you know, Coinbase has got a valuation of 8 billion, right? Binance is going to have a hell of a lot bigger valuation than that. You know, that coin is money for jam, right? Money for jam. It has the right fundamentals. Hey, Charlie, good morning from California. Welcome, man. Susie, I'm actually residing, I'm Australian, of course, but I'm residing in Amsterdam at the moment, and it's a lot of fun. I love the Dutch. I'm having a good time. And rat race to government, cheese on via XRP, and Vicocino. Oh, thanks, David. You come from Melbourne, man. I heard there's really bad lockdown down there. It's terrible. All my girlfriends are really depressed. You know, they've been in lockdown for 6 weeks and 6 weeks, and there's just nothing to do. You get arrested by the police if you go out after 8 o'clock at night. Some girl tried to bring in something from overseas, and then she tried to do something on Facebook and they arrested her. I mean, it's just terrible what's going on down there. You tell people in Europe and they think we're crazy. The Irish say that the Australians, what are they? There's an Irish saying, I forget what it's called. They've lost the run of themselves. That's what the Irish say. They've lost the run of themselves, and apparently it means, us, the Irish think the Australians are just going draconian, which we have. We're an island and we're scared stiff of coronavirus, and, we don't want to get all our animals infected or anything like that. Plus we have this pristine environment, man. It's unbelievable. Convincing someone, wait a minute, this is going really far. Has anyone heard about an unregistered security lawsuit through what's supposed to be dismissed? Yeah, look, that's been going on for ages, right? With Ripple, the lawsuit thing, right? It's old news. The clients that want to sue Ripple for security have lost money, okay, and they want to sue Ripple and say it's security so they get their money back, right? But this is the risk in the cryptocurrency market, okay? This is the risk. And the thing is, Ripple's technology with XRP is a utility coin. Because if you use XRP as a utility coin, you save 70% in the dollar, unless you were using Swift. Now, Swift is complicated, and I did a YouTube of that the other day. Swift is very complicated. Oh, I do like chores, by the way, net nerd. It's a complicated system. And it's not an easy system, okay, when you're trying to get stuff through quickly, right? Fair income, it's just not, right? So, and I'm an Aussie living in Munich. Wow, what do you think of Munich? That's interesting. Australians become we're very close to China. I mean, look, the Chinese are way ahead of the Americans. I'm really sad to say that. Way ahead in technology, way ahead of the game. I mean, they're already testing, their coin, right? Their Chinese digital cryptocurrency coin in yuan. They're already testing it in some of the big provinces in China already. China intends to settle outside the SWIFT system because the Americans and the banks own the SWIFT system. Some of the biggest banks in the world are American and they own the SWIFT system. And when China transacts over the SWIFT system, the American government can create sanctions and close down their accounts and lock up their money, and they can't get their money out. And it's the same with Russia as well, okay? And this has been in the pipeline for years that China and Russia wanted to operate out of the SWIFT system. The cryptocurrency market has given them a good reason for that, okay? It's given them a great reason for that. Now, providing my system's working, there's a couple of stories over the weekend which I thought were really great. There was one talking about what do we got? One talking about Ripple and Christine Lagarde. Now we know where she came from. She came from the Europeans. She came from the International Monetary Fund, and now she's the head of the European Central Bank, right? At the end of the week, she mentioned something about a system that, and this is pretty much what she said: faster digital transaction, climate protection is a priority, completed banking union and capital markets union backed by cutting edge payment systems, right? I don't know when she put that on tweet. Oh no, she might have done it on September the 2nd, right? Interestingly enough about that, the Dutch central bank here is way ahead of the game, and one of their clients, Ripple, the Dutch central bank allowed them to use XRP cryptocurrency, okay? And I think this is a pretty big story in itself. I think XRP and Ripple, there is just, their payment system is amazing. If we compare them to Bitcoin or Ethereum, now think about this. The fees that Bitcoin and Ethereum charge, who can afford to do small micro payments with those, right? Who? Tell me that right now. It's going to cost them a fortune. I mean, what it's coming down to with Bitcoin and Ethereum is you have to do large transactions, right? Because you can't do small ones, and obviously you don't need to do live transactions. If you obviously when you want to settle something, you're not waiting for it to settle straight away if you use Bitcoin and Ethereum. But it's still a very, electricity consumption usage. Apparently, I've seen some stats that Bitcoin and Ethereum alone basically use the electricity of 7 nuclear weapons stations. which is just outrageous, right? It's outrageous. So, this is not green. It's not efficient. XRP and the Ripple technology is green. It's efficient. It's all those things. So what else we got here? Stacking in Xrps. Do you use any of these platforms to pay interest on your crypto or just holding in cold storage? And what do we got? Benjamin, love your channel. Thank you, man. Your older video. Yeah. Yeah, I know. I made a mistake, right? Everyone makes a mistake, Benjamin. Gee whiz, I'm not a complete, I don't know 100%. I did at the time think XRP would be a security, but then I didn't think about the utility that using XRP provided, right? That's the key. The key is, right, if you say the platform, you use the platform, and the platform alone only gives you a little bit of a cost advantage, right, which it does, then yeah, you don't need XRP. But the thing is, if you use XRP with the platform and it gives you more cost advantage, like 30% and 70%, if you use it 30% internally within the Ripple technology, or if you use it externally where you're physically buying XRP from the exchanges, and it's saving you 70% by virtue of using XRP, then 30% and 70% becomes a utility coin, okay? XRP and Ripple, Benjamin, and you should pay me, man, because, you've asked me a lot of questions over the years and you've never supported me, Benjamin. You just give me you've just been painful at times. Seriously. You want a lot of information for nothing, man. That's not very fair. The thing is, utility, it comes with utility. And if something comes with utility, then it is a utility coin. That's the thing. Ripple's technology comes with utility if you use XRP. And that's the thing. Yes, you can buy and sell XRP by itself without using the platform. If you could do that, then it's just a security, right? But it's not, because you need Ripple technology with XRP, the utility, to basically get the benefits of 70 cents in the dollar savings if you're going to do overseas foreign exchange, whatever it is, okay? So that's the key. And people are banging on about Ripple selling XRP out of escrow. Now, they don't understand about that either, right? They just don't understand. In 2 years that escrow has come out $1 billion every month, right? And you need to read the white papers, guys and girls. You invest in this stuff and you don't even know what you're invested in. Fair income. I mean, honestly. And you won't pay anyone to help you. It just doesn't make sense to me. And then you listen to all the FUD that you read. And there's FUD, man. Look, no, I'm not going to name any YouTubers, but even the YouTubers are talking FUD because they don't know, right? Getting back to the escrow, it's $1 billion released every month. If they don't sell that to a fund manager or a big client that's not going to pour it in the market, they take it back. And then it goes in as a first in, last out. And it adds on to the calendar of escrow. So in the last 2 years, there's been only 6.8 million of XRP that's come out of escrow. Okay? Anyone that says, yes, I am nuts, believe it, I am nuts. True. I'm nuts as well. Anyone that says that, Ripple's selling XRP, they're not. 6.8 million has come out over 2 years from escrow. What they don't sell, and they say to clients, please don't sell this, the client holds it and it goes back to escrow. And this is what I'm saying. The market doesn't understand the technology or the coin or the escrow, right? Now, then we had some other person saying the other day, oh gosh, real-time gross settlements come out. Oh my God, that's going to be terrible for Ripple and XRP. Give me a break. I was using real-time gross settlement in 1989. It's been out in the market since 1985. It's nearly as old as Swift, man. Swift, 1973. Clunk, clunk, clunk. Swift's nearly as old as me, Yeah, I'm the grandma. It's nearly as old as me. There is too much FUD out there, right? Too much FUD. And people have got to do their homework. And you need to do your homework in this market, because when the when the garbology hits the fan, right, 95 or 97% of these coins and tokens are going to be worthless. Absolutely worthless, right? And that's the thing. Oh, Benjamin, you came through, man. Thank you so much, Benjamin. I really appreciate it. Now I think you're lovely, Benjamin. I really do. I really do. Thank you, man. I really appreciate it. Now, you want to ask me a question? I'm happy to answer a question. Yeah, I do. I love you, Benjamin. Thank you, man. That'll at least pay for my dentures and everything else, right? I am nuts. I am a little nutty granny. Look what happens, you know, you become a granny. You're like 80. You might as well just go out there and do some crazy stuff, right? Oh, yeah. But, okay, well, will Ripple sell some XRP, but it helps distribute. They are growing the network. That's right. They are. And that's the thing, John. You know, Ripple is doing everything. Honestly, it's an incredible story. But all they get is this FUD out there. Everything they do, the market just ignores it. Seriously? Everything that's good for their network, they get more clients, more money, and the market ignores it. But then Ethereum Classic has 3 hacks, and what does the market do? Goes up. And look, I could name so many other coins where that happens, okay? It's not just Ethereum Classic. I'm using, you know, just an example here, right? It happens with so much of this market. It is just absolutely frustrating, okay? Now, oh, Doug, thank you. Oh, I do. I need to feed my cats because I tell you, I've got my cats right here. I am the cat lady, whether you want to call me that or not. There's my cats, Ezzy and Gussie. I love them dearly, right? They were my 2 cats. Look at them, how good looking they are. Gussie there and Ezzy there. I just adored my cats. Fair income I did. But thank you so much, man, for that. I really appreciate it. But just getting back to XRP and Ripple and, you know, it is an incredible story, I have to say. And look, I know everyone's frustrated. With where the price is. It's very, very, how can I say it? It's very unknown. A lot of people don't understand the technology, okay? Oh, Graveheart, thank you very much. Are you from Canada? Okay, my 5 top cryptocurrencies. Now, in my investment portfolio, so this is completely different to my trading portfolio, okay? Because my investment portfolio, it's set up for 2 to 5 years, okay? And I have to say my top 5 cryptocurrencies are Bitcoin. Whether you love it or not, it's only got 21 million coins. It's got 18.4 million that have already been mined. Even though it's proof of work, when the people come in, the masses come in, they would have heard about Bitcoin, right? Even my brother, who has no idea about financial markets, knows about Bitcoin. And if you believe some of the forecasts out there for Bitcoin, okay, they are gigantic, right? Now, I've seen forecasts from 100,000 to 500,000, okay? Yes, the Winkle twins, which we know about from Gemini, the 2 boys that look alike, they're twins. The Winklevoss twins, I don't know whether I'm pronouncing that properly. They've got huge forecasts, but in a way they're talking their own book because they're holding Bitcoin, and they're Bitcoin maximalists. So is Brian Armstrong from Coinbase, okay? And we know that. But the thing is, it's the poster child. It was the first, you know, blockchain, and it was a poster child. Even though blockchain is old technology in new technology of crypto, okay? Now let me explain that. Crypto technology is seriously new, but blockchain technology, proof of work, is old in the scheme of technology, right? Because Ripple and distributed ledger technology is incredible, and it supersedes Bitcoin and Ethereum, okay, which are both proof of work, okay? And so is Litecoin for that matter, and so is ETC for that matter. And also there's talk now that there might have to be a hard fork on ETC and maybe a hard fork on Ethereum because they can't change them to proof of stake, okay? Now that's going to cause more problems going forward, right? So coming back to you, so basically Bitcoin, of course, XRP, of course, I'm buying it with my ears pinned back. It's seriously cheap. A third one that I love is Tron. Whether you love Justin Sun or not, he has come up with the goods. It's a relative value story. It's 3 cents, man, compared to Ethereum, right? They've got proof of stake already. They're going to DeFi. They've got smart contracts. They're banding up with Band Protocol, Waves Protocol. They bought BitTorrent. They monetarized BitTorrent, BTT. They bought BitTorrent with 200 million clients, right? Got it for nothing. They gazumped Neo, who wanted to buy it, and they got it for $70 million, and Neo wanted to spend 140. So Justin Sun, whether you like him or not, is a seriously smart guy, right? Now they're going into all sorts of things. You know, he's going into games, videos. He's got more apps. He's getting more apps than EOS, which I think is a basket case. I wouldn't touch it with a pole. He's now going to ICOs. The guy owns Polynex. This guy is smart, okay? And you know what? He knows Alibaba, Jack Ma, okay? He knows all the rich and powerful people in China. We're talking about a population of 1.4 billion people. The Chinese are technologically much more advanced than other people as far as I'm concerned. Incredible. And you know what? At 3 cents, Tron has staking, which gives you more income for the coin. And it's cheap, man. You know, I tell my clients to buy a Tron at 0.012. It's as cheap as chips. That's the third one. My fourth one, I love VeChain. Again, you know, food integrity, food fraud in China is a massive problem, right? VeChain stops that with its own technology. It's mainly focused in East Asia and China, but so is Ambrosis, and I love Ambrosis as well. Okay, so VeChain is a great story. It's cheap, 0.015. It has staking. You can buy nodes. You know, you can buy master nodes, right? And you also get an incredible income off VeChain, and it's as cheap as chips. Where in the world can you buy incredible technology for, you know, 1.5 cents, right? VeChain is a gimme, man, a gimme. In China, food price inflation is through the roof, 36-38%. In other words, they're running out of pigs, okay? They're buying them from Australia. They're running out of beef. They love pork, right? They're running out of fruit. They're running out of vegetables, everything, right? They're taking over land in Australia all over the place. Agricultural land everywhere, dairy, you name it, right? But the food fraud in China is humongous. And to give you an example, pork is not pork. It's made with paper mache and dye, right? You know, noodles are not noodles. Egg noodles are made with something else, plasticine, this. VeChain's technology literally goes from the ground, from the farm with the pork, labels the pork, puts it in certain things and, you know, technology that, you know, measures the temperature, everything else to your plate so that when you get that pork on your plate, you know exactly where it's come from, right? So that's 4 coins. Another coin I love is Engine coin. I love that. It's a great story, Engine. It's a gaming coin, and it's done extremely well. Some of my clients were buying it at 3 cents. I think it's about 20 cents after the sell-off. It's a great story, right? Engine coin. But look, I've got other coins as well. But in saying that, you know, I've got about 19 cryptocurrency coins in my portfolio, but I have a barbell effect where I've got 30% Bitcoin, I've got about 35% XRP, which brings it up to 65%. And then the residual I have in other coins, you know, more in Tron. I love Power Ledger. I love Binance, as I told you. I love the Key, which is a great story. The Key's up 9% today, right? It's 0.006339. And again, that is a gimme. I mean, that's about our identification. How many times we have to identify ourselves, right? All the time. I mean, you go to the library, you got to identify yourself. You go to buy something, you go to the post office here in Amsterdam, I've got to bring my passport. I'm so sick of identifying myself. And that's what the Key does. You can identify yourself everywhere, right? Hank, thank you so much for the donations, Brown Devil 2 and Vadulta, is it? Thank you so much, man. I really, Vadulta, yeah, I've got to answer you. Yeah, sure. I noticed one up here, and it was Tezos, yeah, Brown Devil. Now, Tezos is an interesting one. It is a platform, right? That's my understanding, and there was a lot of toing and froing between the foundation of Tezos and the developers of Tezos, right? And there was a husband and wife, and there was a big, the big lawsuit about that because they wouldn't, release the funds, and the husband and wife said they developed Tezos, right? I think Tezos, I wouldn't have it in my investment portfolio because I do think it's ran a lot, and it got well over $3 and it got to near 4. I think it's a great trading cryptocurrency, but I see Tezos honestly as fully priced, right? Anywhere I trade Tezos, anywhere, $4 I'm selling it, and anywhere at $3 I'm actually buying Tezos. But I don't see it as an investment cryptocurrency, because I'm not aware that they have a lot of clients. And when I'm looking at a cryptocurrency to invest in, they need to have a business model, okay? They need to have a business model. Who's going to use their technology? Where are they going to get their revenue from? Where are they going to make their income from? You can't have a crypto project and not make any income and not make any money. The developers are not going to give you, the best of breed technology in the next 2 or 3 years, right? If you're not paying people, right? So it's not realistic. Tezos, I'm not aware that they actually have many clients, right? And, I know it's one that the traders love trading, and I like trading it as well. It's a good one to trade, but it's one that I wouldn't hold in my investment portfolio, because my understanding is it is a platform like anything else. And look, there's a lot of lawsuits, all this lawsuit business was happening with them. And that always makes me a little bit, uneasy when there's big lawsuits, right? And I do think, up at $4, I know they're going to DeFi infrastructure with Harbour, price oracles, and that's a good story. And I like that. But it would have to, for me, they would have to basically, show some more clients, right? I don't think it's undervalued. I know there's people out there saying it's undervalued. But look, it is a trading stock. The speculators get behind it and they like to trade it. I think it's got up to about $4.30 or something like that, right? And that's sort of where it came down from. I like it as a trading stock, but it would have to change more in terms of fundamentals for me to buy it. I don't think it's proof of stake, which is a real problem. If it's not proof of stake, or digital distributed ledger like Ripple, as far as I'm concerned, it's behind the ball game in technology. Okay, it's old technology, right? And that's not great, because it's still based on proof of work, which is not a great story. Okay, and that's the thing. You've got to be proof of stake, right? Energy efficient, or Ripple's technology, which as far as I'm concerned, is the best technology out there, right? So that's cool. Now, there's another fellow here I wanted to add. He wanted to know more about, who was he? Sorry, man. There's a fellow I missed, and I'm really sorry about that. He wanted to know more about Tron. Yeah, Jordan, Tron. I love Tron, man. What's your question? What's your question about Tron? Tron is just a gimme. It's just, honestly, it's a gimme. It's cheap. It's, where they're going. They've already said they want to take over Ethereum. And I think Justin's done well. I really do. Ethereum, Vitalik Buterin, the Binance guy, CZ, went to him and said, hey, man, your platform is costing me a fortune for fees and everything else. Every time a client withdraws money, it's costing us, we're negative $10 to $20, and the founder didn't seem to be too worried about it. So, that's not great. And Tron, costs you nothing on Tron. It's proof of stake. It's fast. It can do many, many more transactions than Ethereum. It's ahead of the game. It's doing more dApps now than ever before. It's doing ICOs. I mean, very, very clever. And also, Binance is supporting Tron in a big way. Also, Tron they're on about 160 different exchanges, and they have a lot of different markets, and there's a lot of liquidity in Tron, and I can see Tron going a lot higher. Now, I did a YouTube ages ago that Tron would get to 25 cents, and I'm still on that and people slated me for it because they all didn't like Justin Sun. But I tell you what, when you look at just the credentials of Tron and what they've done in the space of a year and a half getting off Ethereum platform, I think they're pretty amazing. The coin should be a lot higher than 3 cents, and it's already starting to move. It got up to 4.5 cents. I was on that, but I'd be buying more right here. This is not financial advice, though. I'm not a financial advisor. But I think Tron is a great story and it's a no-brainer. And thanks for Vode Ultra. I really appreciate that, man. I really do. And Graveheart, Algo, Chainlink, and Cosmos. Wow. Well, that's interesting. Yeah. Yeah, I've got to think about this. Chainlink, you know what? I really like Chainlink. It's in my portfolio, my investment portfolio. But I've got to tell you something. I was buying Chainlink. Let me have a look at my investment portfolio. It's a shame nothing seems to be working here. I'm really sorry about that. But I can talk a lot, so it doesn't matter. I can talk all day long. I'm like that. I like to talk a lot. I'm a Scorpio and I love talking. You know, Chainlink, I bought Chainlink when it was at $2.50, and that was on the 19th of July, 2019. Okay? It's now $12.05, and I bought some when it was $9, and I flicked out of it when it was $15, just for a trading position as well. But I do think, honestly, Tron is fully valued up here. I think it's ran too hard, and I think it's fully valued, even at $12. It's run way too hard. Notwithstanding, I do like Tron, I have to say, at the right price. Okay, so at the right investment price. Because Tron are doing a lot of incredible things, and I do like Tron. A lot of people are using Tron as their oracle for pricing, for live pricing of data. They're getting a lot more clients. I think. Look, I don't believe in this Zeus comment. You know, this crowd, Zeus Capital, whatever they're called. I mean, honestly, they came out when Tron was at $2. They came out when Tron was at $2 and said, sell it. I just thought, who the hell are these idiots? No, I shouldn't say idiots, but then they've come out again and said sell them. What the devil is that about? I mean, seriously, Chainlink has done a lot of really, really good stuff, right? They've acquired Deco Protocol from Cornell University. They're doing a lot of other stuff. I go into my Slack, my database. They've announced, Oasis Network announces Chain Oracle integration to enable privacy-focused DeFi applications. I think they're super. I mean, but at the right price, right? Chainlink Nazarov sees two-way prices for mainstream DeFi. They're doing great stuff, but they're just too expensive at the moment. I can't hold that. Oh, Agabertina, how are you? Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. You're from Amsterdam. Oh, thanks, Liz. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. But, they are doing some great stuff. There's no doubt about it. There's a lot of, be careful, there's a lot of derivatives now on Chainlink. And whenever anyone gets into any sort of position, they need to know about derivatives on their coins, just like XRP or Bitcoin. There's also derivatives, whether they be options, whether they be futures, or whether they be perpetual swaps. Now, the market's even talking about credit default swaps, okay? Credit default swaps in terms of cryptocurrency. Now, credit default swaps come from the bond market, and we used to do credit default swaps. If we had a specific client or a specific bond that we're concerned about the company going broke, we would go and buy a credit default swap on their corporate paper. So if anything happened, we would be covered. Now, interestingly enough, that's coming into the cryptocurrency market. So any of this stuff, you need to be aware of all the derivatives on the back end. And the reason why I say that with Chainlink, it's very relevant, because when I was trading Chainlink and bought it at $9, Chainlink had more shorts on its futures and its option positions than anyone else, right? And that's where about 3 weeks ago you saw Chainlink's price literally go from $9 within a split, 24 hours to basically, about $15.40, and then the next day it went whoosh to $17.20 and $19.80. And everyone that was short Chainlink got squeezed as the price kept going up and up and up, right? And that's the thing. They got squeezed to annihilation point. People that were short couldn't stay short any longer, okay? And they had to buy it back, and that's what pushed the market up, right? And when I saw the shorts on Chainlink, to come back to the fellow from Canada, I just knew to get long, right? I just knew to get long because those shorts were, so massive. that it was just, it was so obvious it was going to go up, right? It was so obvious. Now, I've got to say, Algorand has surprised me. Okay, that one has really surprised me. I did a review on Algorand, and if I remember rightly, I didn't like it. Okay, and the reason was, gosh, I do so many reviews, I have to think about this for a minute, but the reason why is, gosh, I'm going to have a look and thing, but and also I would say that it is fully priced, Algorand now. I have to say it went up a lot, and one minute I saw it was at 25 cents, and the next minute I saw it went up to 85 or something, which was just crazy. I thought that was sort of madness. But anyway, yeah, okay, yep. Yeah, now it's coming back to me. Just looking up some notes here. Yeah, it's proof of stake, public blockchain, launched in 2018. Yep. Okay, and why didn't I like this? There's a good reason why I didn't like it, I have to say. They do smart contracts. I think also because there's a lot of platforms, Graveheart, that are smart contract platforms, right? And because there are so many platforms that are, and if you look at Crypto Slate, you'll just see how many there are. There's hundreds and hundreds. I think at the time when I reviewed Algorand, I couldn't see a competitive advantage of any sort. Okay, and that really bothered me. And they didn't have too many clients, which also bothered me. Even though they are talking about introducing the latest integration for tech and anti-money laundering compliance. So, look, I know when I looked at it earlier this year, I didn't like it so much, but for me, it comes down to where the price is and what they're doing on the client side, okay? Not partnerships, clients, because that's where they're going to make their money, right? If they have more and more clients, they're going to make their money. And if they go more into DeFi, which they're talking about, and they're going more into compliance, which they're talking about, and in increasing their protocols, then that's a good story because they're going to get more and more clients that way, right? They have talked about a significant upgrade in August, layer 1 protocol, and they're doing a lot more type of changes, right, in terms of compliance and everything else for the cryptocurrency market and the network. So depending on the price, the story's probably changed a little bit, and it depends on the price and just how many clients they're adding to their network, and that's what it comes down to, because that's what you've got to look in terms of longevity, okay? Whether the crypto project itself is actually earning money for long-term longevity. If a project is not earning money and no one's using it, then they're not bringing clients in, right? All these white papers you read about, oh, we're doing smart contracts, we're doing this, we're doing that. There's never any mention about marketing. There's never any mention about how we're going to get clients. What's going to make clients use Algorand's network compared to someone else that's in the same industry or the same sector? Like, for example, Band went up because Chainlink went up. They're in the same sector, right? They just went up. Band went up because Chainlink went up. But the thing is, how many clients does Band have compared to Chainlink? Should it be going up just because it's in the same sector? What if it has 0 clients? Its market cap is the same, but it has 1,000% debt. And this is another thing about the cryptocurrency market. It does valuation in terms of market cap, which is not correct. All crypto should be valued differently. Market cap for all markets, whether we talk about equity markets, whether we talk about bond markets, whatever, is the most simplest valuation of all time, and it's not correct. And I'll give you an example. If you have a cryptocurrency coin, 2 cryptocurrency coins, and they both have the same market cap, but one, which only looks at the equity, the price of the crypto, right, by the issuance level, we all know that. They're not the same if one crypto has say, let's make it something interesting, like $1 billion worth of debt, and they both have a market cap of 450 million, and they have $1 billion worth of contingent liabilities. So you mean to tell me that A crypto and B crypto with a market value of 450 million are valued the same when crypto B has contingent liabilities, court cases that are going to cost them $1 billion, and they have $1 billion in debt that they haven't funded. You see what I'm saying? Effectively, Crypto B is broke. And that's why this cryptocurrency market is so stupid. Just like you do not price Bitcoin with the same, crypto valuation model that you would price Ripple XRP. Completely different type of crypto. And that's why market valuation tools have to be selected for the type of crypto that it is, right? And market cap is not good enough. It's wrong and it's incorrect, right? Completely incorrect. I'll give you another example of this. IOTA. You look at IOTA on all the exchanges. You read IOTA's white paper, right? On a lot of the exchanges it says MIOTA, but IOTA and MIOTA are not the same thing. 1 million IOTA equals 1 MIOTA. But the exchanges are using them interchangeably and it's not right. So if one exchange is saying, we have 2.5 billion MIOTA, you got to multiply that by 1 million IOTA to come up with the total IOTA. You see what I'm saying? So another thing, even on coin market cap, the market values are not correct because they haven't been audited. They haven't been checked. No one's checked their figures. In the bond market for issuance and, what's been cancelled, every issuer, just like the cryptocurrency market and the bond market, every issuer had to put up proper numbers, which had to be audited until they were publicly released. Because if they're not audited properly and they're incorrect, whoever released those figures could be on the hook, okay, for wrong figures. In other words, the exchanges would be on the hook, right? But because the cryptocurrency market is unregulated, the exchanges aren't on the hook. Coin market cap's not on the hook, right? And that's another thing. Bananas bought coin market cap, which is very interesting in itself. Going forward, the exchanges, just like the New York Stock Exchange, just like the bond market issuance levels, the turnover figures, they should all be audited. But the thing is, in the cryptocurrency market, nothing's audited. They can basically say what they like. That's for sure, right? Graveheart, coming back to Cosmos, I do have a channel in my Slack about Cosmos, but I don't know a lot about Cosmos. So, all I say, if it's a platform type of situation or a smart contract situation, there are a lot of those in the cryptocurrency market. It's a very, very crowded space. And, basically I know Cosmos has gone up a lot in terms of price. It's going to have to justify that price, so, excluding the last 2 days of sell-off, right? But it will have to justify that price in terms of client and revenue. Ultimately, at the end of the day, that's what all these cryptos are going to have to do, or with the network growing, and the client base growing, and the addresses and all that sort of thing. There's a lot of ways that you can see that a crypto network is actually growing. Now, guys, I've been told it's 8 o'clock here, so I hope I haven't missed anyone. Egerberta, thank you so much for that. I really appreciate it. You've been a long time supporter of me, and I really, really appreciate it. I'll give you a couple of minutes, guys, if you want to ask me some more questions. Anybody who's investing in proof of stake, Google undermine security. Who's this? Anybody who's investing in proof of stake, Google's this DeFi lending could undermine security. I don't understand your thing there, John, I'm afraid. I mean, DeFi lending is basically definanced lending, which is no different to, say, Nexo or Celsius or something like that. I don't quite understand what you're saying. Hi, Susie. Great job. Thanks, man. Level Up Comedy. Cheers, man. How are you? I hope your comedy's doing well. That's another client of mine. Cheers for joining. I really appreciate it. How do we find out the debt for each crypto? Well, it's a very good question. You've got to do your research. The thing you've got to ask yourself, right, Lincoln? You've got to ask yourself, if an ICO, if say crypto did an ICO 2 years ago, right, and they got 40 or 50 million from an ICO, and they haven't put on any clients and they seem to be spending a lot of money, and there's no clients on their network. How are they surviving? How are they, all they're doing is cash burn, right? And you got to look around for a lot of information. There's a lot of different ways you can find out that information, but it takes a lot of work, right? And that's what I'm saying, it takes a lot of work even to set this thing up. We struggled with it today because I don't know a lot about technology, and God bless Simon Socks, he helped me out, but I still haven't got it right, man. It takes a lot of stuff, and I work my guts out, seriously, because I don't want to lose any money, and you just got to know so much, seriously, honestly. And I know you're asking me about Apollo and stuff, but it's 8 o'clock, guys. It's 8:05. I need a beer or something. Seriously, I've got some. I love these things. What are they called? Almonds. They're really nice. And I do. I love animals, Gio. You're right. I love my cats. I love my dogs. I love every animal. And John, what do you say? APL. What's that? Ireland. XRP. How are you, man? Thank you very much. Zil. What's an interesting one? Oh, man, I've got a beer here. Thank you. Zil. Now, you know what, Ireland? I've got to tell you something. If you come and join my Patreon for $45 a month, you can have access to all my database. I've done reviews on heaps of stuff, and I can tell you all about Zil, right? Honestly, there's so many cryptos I've looked at that you've got to remember something. I have looked at Zil, but when I do a review, I do a really good review, man. And if you go on my Patreon for $45 a month, you're going to get it. You're going to get those reviews, and I'm going to tell you the truth and where I got the information from, and you're going to learn heaps of stuff, right? So I know there's a lot of bullish. There's people that really like Zil, and there's people that don't, clearly. You should come and join my Patreon, or we'll do another crypto chat and I'll answer you properly. But look, there are a lot of cryptocurrencies out there, seriously, and seriously, a lot of them. That's all I can say. What's that? Weekly live feed in the works. Yeah, sure, Benjamin. Sure. I would like that. I'm getting used to it, but I need to know how to do this properly in terms of showing you all the stuff that I wanted to show you. Because, like someone said, how do you find out about debt and all that, and how do you find out stuff? Well, I've got so many resources in Slack in terms of I've been gathering these resources for 4 or 5 years. And seriously, you just got to know where to find stuff. A lot of this stuff is free, and but the thing is, you're not wasting your time when you come as a client of mine, because I show you this stuff and show you, how you can make money. I mean, I made money out of Chainlink. I doubled my money because, I saw how many shorts were on Chainlink, man. You don't go short Chainlink when they had like so many shorts on them, and I literally doubled my money, right? And if you know that, you're not going to lose money. You're actually going to make money, right? It's like, if you look at a cryptocurrency and it doesn't have any nodes, right? If it doesn't have many nodes, it means the risk of it being maliciously attacked with a 51% network attack is so high, it's not funny, which means, we could all lose our coins because someone can go into the network and actually steal the coins, right, off the network, off the blockchain or off the ledger, right? So, there's just so much you got to know, man. So much you got to know. Thanks for donations and unanswered questions considered. Yeah, sure. Anyway, look, thanks a lot, everyone, for joining, and I really appreciate it. I really appreciate your support. I thank you so much for all your donations. I really do. And I will try to come back, particularly with some of the questions I didn't answer in full, particularly Zil, which I haven't forgotten about. And Cosmos. I have looked at Cosmos, but I just can't remember now because I've looked at hundreds of cryptocurrencies. Hundreds, okay? Hundreds. And, Linda, hi, Linda, how are you? Look, the Tron thing, right? Tron was at 0.012. It got up to just over 0.04. You know, it's the market. The market's off probably about 10, 15, 20%. It's a buy. Don't worry yourself. This is a buy. I'm not giving you financial advice, but this market is a buy now. It's overdone. It's washed up, and now the buys are coming back in. Seriously, and Tron is cheap, 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 right? Where else can you buy incredible technology for 3 cents? You can't even buy a toothpick for 3 cents. Now, we have to put all this stuff in perspective, right? We can't even, you can't even buy a toothpick for that, 3 cents. And you're buying, the best of technology in the world, seriously. And those guys are running, as far as I'm concerned, Tron compared to Ethereum or Ethereum Classic or any of them. Or compared to Bitcoin or Bitcoin Cash. I mean, Bitcoin Cash is going for another hard fork, on the 12th, 14th of November. Now Ethereum are even talking about more hard forks. Give us a break. So Tron's technology works. That's for sure. I wouldn't worry too much about Tron. That's for sure. But anyway, guys, look, I'm going to go. But look, I really appreciate you. All the donations, man. On XRP, come back for a live, man. Because I will give you some more info on Zill for sure. I have looked at Zill, but I just can't remember. It was too long ago, and I've got to also look at whether they're getting more clients in, more usage. Who's using the coin. The holdings is a big one. Who holds the coins? A lot of these small coins, you've got to remember, they hardly have any investors, right? So you might have someone of 90% that holds the coin, right? 90% holder of the coin, which means, and they don't have any lockup of the coin, so they could come to the market at any time and smash the market down with their 90% holding, and then the retail investor gets absolutely cremated, right? So there's a lot of coins like that, Anyway, guys, I've got to go, but thank you so much. Thank you so much for your support. I really appreciate it. I will continue to do this because it's been fun.